Hello, everyone. Um, I thought just randomly that people might be interested in seeing some of the tartans that I have that are not actually made into kilts yet. Um, for those of you who don't know, I do tend to appreciate the plaid, the belted plaid or belted plaid, um, Féileadh Mór, great kilt. What's the other one? Féileadh and Vrachan, right? The tartan wrap, whatever. Um, And for me, for my body, 4 yards of double wide material tends to be the best. Whenever I find a tartan that I really like, but I can't afford to have it made into a kilt yet, sometimes I buy the material thinking either I will make it into a kilt later or I'll find an actual professional to do it for me later. Um, I have been for a while now saying to myself, I am going to make myself a 4 yard box pleated kilt. I'm really far behind. I'm about halfway done, but the pandemic hit, and I thought I'd have more time, and I did for a while, but I had not enough mental energy. And being a school teacher, I was incredibly busy with all sorts of other things. Anyway, but in case you're interested, I just laid out the material that I have, and I'll walk through them relatively briefly. And if you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. No, none of these are for sale. They're all mine, and I'll have a plan for them. If I don't end up doing anything with them, I will put them on one of the various Facebook groups of kilts for sale. But let's take a look anyway, shall we? So this is one. This is in Ulster weathered, and this is a very lightweight wool, 10 to 11 ounce, which would be inappropriate for a traditional kilt, but it's fantastic for a belted plaid for warmer weather anyway. And please pardon any background construction. I'm redoing some stuff in my house. This is a 13-ounce wool Isle of Skye tartan. Fantastic. 13-ounce wool is my favorite for a belted plaid. Here is Kennedy Modern, also in 13-ounce wool. Oh, on a side note, I've actually stopped calling it the belted plaid. I call it the belted plaid now because a Gaelic speaker told me, well, the actual Gaelic word is plaidje. So I thought, oh, plaidje sounds a lot more like plaid than plaid. So either's fine, though. I don't really care. This is polyviscous material. This is a band tartan, actually. Kudu. It's a pipes and drum band. They're very good. This is also a band tartan in polyviscous material. Albanach is the band. They're both, I would put them in the same relative genre of music. Very, very good bands. Check them out. This is a 16-ounce wool custom weave in the earthrise tartan. And as a science teacher, I really couldn't pass up the opportunity to order this material. It's 4 yards double wide, 16-ounce wool, absolutely gorgeous. And at some point, either I will make it into a traditional kilt or I'll pay somebody to do it for me. This is a swatch. This used to be a belted plaid I had, but I cut it in half and I gave half of it to a friend of mine on the opposite side of the planet. And he has successfully, and to a very high degree of beauty, executed this and made this into a 4 yard box pleated kilt. I also hope to do that with this at some point in time, but this is the Davidson Modern tartan and it's 16-ounce wool. Here is 13-ounce wool, and this is the Tipperary Crest tartan. I originally bought this to be used as a belted plaid, but while I was told that it would have arrived double width, it actually only came in single width. So I was asked, what do I want to do? And I said, well, we can go old school and get 8 yards of it single, cut it in half, and stitch the two parts together. So they did, charge me a bit extra, but they serged the seam, and it's really annoying. So I'm not going to use it. I did for a while. It looks weird. So I'm going to cut this up at some point and make an 8-yard style traditional kilt out of this. Here's one of my absolute favorite tartans of all time. This is Loch Heron wool, 16-ounce wool, Canadian, the maple leaf tartan. And as a resident of New England, maples, sugar maples, red maples, silver maples, they're kind of everywhere. So I particularly love this one. I also cut this in half, and this is the half that I'm not touching yet. The other half, I'm trying to make a box pleated kilt. I hope to finish at some point before I die. This is Connaught Green, is what I'm told. It's 16-ounce wool. I calculated it, and I have just enough to make a 4-yard box-pleated kilt. This is a very beautiful tartan that a friend of mine on the, again, opposite side of the planet gave me in exchange for the Davidson. This is 16-ounce wool Hume tartan. This is fantastic. This is very different from a lot of my other ones. For some reason, I feel like the palette's very different. I'm really excited. After I finish my maple leaf tartan box pleat, this is my next project. I'm going to turn that into a box pleat kilt as well. And lastly, this is 16-ounce wool. It's the Connaught Crest tartan, which is no longer available from what I hear. I have a kilt made in this from USA Kilts, which is it's a beautiful garment, and I have this extra. And I have enough, again, to turn this into a 4-yard box-pleated kilt, which I hopefully will do at some point in my life. So here is the most of the material I have. And again, with a few exceptions, I have plans for them. This one, I sewed belt loops into it for a belted plaid. This is just a material, same with here and here. And this I sewed belt loops into it as well. So I plan to use these all for being a belted plaid, and the other ones I will make into another kilt at some point in time. So there you go, just a bit of geeking out over the tartans that I have available. It's a beautiful day outside, and I was thinking that I would take out a lot of this material and air it out outside of the line. I just keep it in a drawer. I thankfully don't have a problem with moths. Most of my kilts get worn. Well, I wear them every day, so they get worn enough that I don't think I have to worry about that at all. And in my drawer, I don't seem to have any trouble at all with them. I don't even see them in the house, to be honest. I'm very happy about that. But there you go. You can ask me any questions you want. There's not much. I can't imagine anyone would have any questions about what I just showed you, but maybe it will be useful to someone. Yeah, that's it. So cheers. Good Ramil Magov. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great day. Cheers. Bye.